Good morning, students. Welcome to today's biology class. And today's class, we are going to study about the infectious disease. These days, we all aware about the pandemic disease about that is COVID-19. Okay, let me explain briefly about the COVID-19. Children, watch this particular video. In December 2019, there was a cluster of pneumonia cases in a city of Wuhan in China. Some of the early cases have reported in visiting or working in a seafood and live animal market in Wuhan. Investigation found that the disease was caused by a newly discovered virus called coronavirus SARS-CoV-2. The disease was subsequently named COVID-19. COVID-19 spread within China and the rest of the world. On 30th Jan 2020, the World Health Organization have declared health public health emergency of international concern. In this video, we look about what is currently known COVID-19. Keep in mind this is a new disease. It might change in future. So, what is coronavirus? Coronavirus is a large group of virus. It consists of core genetic material surrounded by a lipid envelope with the protein spikes. This keeps appearance of a crown. Crown in Latin is called corona, and that's why this virus gets this name. There are different types of coronavirus causing illness in animals and humans. In humans, the respiratory problems, common cold, and severe acute disease. SARS-CoV China in 2003, MERS-CoV Saudi Arabia 2012, SARS-CoV-2 China in 2019. So, where does this new virus come from? It circulates in a range of animals, and this virus jumped from animals to humans due to a range of factors such as mutations in virus, increase in contact between the humans and animals. For example, MERS-CoV is camel, SARS-CoV is through cats. The animal responsible for new coronavirus is not yet known. How does this disease spread? Transmission. The disease spread from person to person through droplets. When the infected person releases the droplets by coughing, talking, or sneezing from the one person is close to the another person. It can also spread from the infected droplets falls on an object and touches their mouth, eyes, and nose. And what are the symptoms? The incubation period, which is the time taken by the exposure of the virus. Development of symptoms an average of 5 to 6 days. End range of from 1 to 14 days. It can be range of the symptoms may be very mild to severe. Some people may not have symptoms that is asymptomatic. Common symptoms like fever, fatigue, and respiratory symptoms like cough, loss of taste or the smell, and skin rashes. And severe causes for areas like as pneumonia, organ failure, and death. 80% of people without needing the special treatment, but there are some people with a serious risk. They include vulnerable people, the people with an underlying medical problem, such as chronic respiratory disease, obesity, diabetes, and blood pressure, and heart diseases and cancer. And how can we say someone is infected? Diagnosis. The infection is commonly diagnosed by the test called as reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, generally known as PCR. This test identified by the virus placed on the genetic fingerprint and also blood test checked by the antibodies against the virus, that's the serology, which makes sure that the someone is infected in the past previous infection. How it was treated. COVID-19 is mainly by the supportive care and the medicines against the virus are currently under the investigation. How can we prevent the transmission of this virus? There are number of and effective ways to prevent the spread of the disease. This includes the covering the mouth and the nose when coughing and the sneezing, whether flex elbow or with the tissue and the throw the tissues in the closed bin after we use. And wash hands regularly with the soap and the water or an alcohol based hand wash and maintaining at least 1 meter distance from people and then appropriate use of the mask and the personal protective equipment, especially in a health setting. It is important to stay home if you feel unwell and call the hotline or the medical care professionals. And if you have the fever, cough, or the difficulty in the breathing, seek medical care early and share your travel history or the contact with an unwell people. In some areas, the government has implemented the specific physical and social distance measures to prevent the spread of this outbreak. It's an important to follow the advices. Vaccine to prevent COVID-19 are currently under the development, and the scientists around the world are working hard to make this happen.
I hope children you got an idea about this, how this the COVID virus is entered into the body and how it is cause harm to the people. Okay, along with this COVID virus, in your textbook some more diseases is given. Let me explain about those diseases. Okay, yes. So you all know that all the living organisms are classified into different the groups. Okay, out of these groups, and some of the living organisms are responsible for causing the disease. Okay, and which organisms come under this infectious disease means organisms like viruses, the bacteria, and some of the fungi. These three comes under the microorganisms, and the protozoan are also responsible for infectious disease. Even some of the multicellular organisms, the worms are also responsible for causing certain infectious disease. Okay, yes. Let me explain actually what is an infectious disease. Infectious disease is nothing but the disease which will be spread from the person to the person through the touch, that is nothing but contact, by the vectors, like we can also say that as an agents like as insects or the arboviruses, etc. Okay, and through all this, the disease causing organisms will enter into the body and makes that particular person to be fallen sick. Okay, that particular process will consider it as an disease, and these diseases are spreading from person to person, so we consider them as an infectious disease. In that the today's class we are going to study first about the infectious diseases. First one is the SARS, and the second one is Kala Azar, and the third one is acne, and the fourth one is sleeping sickness, and the fifth is round wall. Okay, yes. Once again, look here. The SARS is caused by virus, and the Kala Azar is caused by protozoan named as Leishmania. Acne caused by Staphylococci bacteria, and sleeping sickness is caused by trypanosoma, and the diarrhea is caused by Ascaris lumbricoides. So now let me explain one after the other. First we are going to study about the SARS disease. Okay, yes, let me explain the first disease about the SARS. SARS. If you look here, the full form of the SARS is severe. S stands severe, and A stands acute, R stands respiratory, and syndrome means a group of. Okay, severe acute respiratory tract disease. Okay, yes. So they look this particular picture. When this SARS virus is come out from the infected cell, the picture looks like this. Okay, and on the top they given the scale and the size of this virus. It will be the 500 nanometers, which is half micrometer, and the half micrometer is which is 1000 millimeter. Why I'm saying these things means this particular virus is so minute. Even though it's a minute organism, and it causes the great damage to the respiratory tract. Respiratory tract. Okay, yes. So the SARS, the before video you observed that SARS-CoV-2, it was that disease is established in 2003, in year 2003 in an Wuhan. Okay, so but even though the death rate is very less those days, but the similar the disease nowadays it has once again it is reached to the everybody in the form of an COVID-19 virus. Okay, yes. So the SARS is nothing but we can say that this is one of the respiratory tract disease. Okay, children. Yes. Let me explain the second disease, which is caused by the leishmania. Okay, let's look this particular picture. This is a leishmania and it belongs to the phylum Protozoans. The shape of the leishmania is an oval in shape or the web-like structures. Okay, and this disease is responsible for Kala Azar. Actually, what is the meaning of this Kala Azar? It explains black fever. Okay, the leishmania comes under the phylum Protozoan. Okay, and this protozoan is an unicellular organism, and the size it is an 10 micrometers in size when you placed it on the scale. Okay, and this protozoan is entered into our body to sandflies. Okay, when the sandflies bite us, this leishmania protozoan, it will be entered into our body and it is responsible for causing this Kala Azar disease. Actually, what is this Kala Azar is explained here. Black fever, and we can also see that the rashes appear on the body. So the black rashes appear on the body. Mostly it people may suffer with the fever also, and the patches will be appear because of this the leishmania protozoan. Okay, yes. Let's come to the third disease, the bacterial disease, that is acne. Acne is caused by bacteria. The name of this bacteria is Staphylococci bacteria. Okay, yes, it is when you see this particular Staphylococci bacteria on the scale, the size of this bacteria is 5 micrometers in size. Okay, yes, you know that the skin disease is nothing but the pimples, the black warts appear on the face or on the cheeks or on the forehead. Bacterial diseases. Okay, yes. Then fourth one is sleeping sickness. Okay, look this particular picture, and this sleeping sickness is caused by trypanosoma. Okay, yes, this trypanosoma is why this is given as a name as sleeping sickness. Whenever this trypanosoma, it will be entered into our body, and the people will not sleep properly, disturbed sleep. They have the disturbed sleep. Okay, and they have the pain in the abdomen, or they'll also get a chill fever. This trypanosoma, it will be entered into our body through tsetse flies. When the tsetse flies bite, that means mostly the tsetse flies are present in an African forest. When the tsetse flies bite and this trypanosoma, it will be enters into our body and it is responsible for causing the disease named as sleeping sickness. Okay, and the last one is this is caused by Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, and this belongs to the phylum Nematihelminthes, and usually we call them as these are roundworms. Okay, the size of the roundworm is the 4 centimeters. You studied about this Nematihelminthes in the diversity lesson. Okay, male Ascaris and the female Ascaris lumbricoides are present. Okay, then the female is the longer than that the male one. Okay, yes, where this particular worm it will be settles in the body means it will reaches into the small intestine. Okay, as it will be in the small intestine, and obviously it is responsible for causing the disease like as amoebiosic conditions, dysentery, the diarrhea, okay, abdomen, swelling of the abdomen. These are all the symptoms for this roundworm. Okay, yes. So whenever where this goes, I already said that it will be settled in the small intestine. Okay, children, these are the some few diseases which are responsible, which comes under the infectious disease. Okay, yes. Okay, children, that's all for today.